12:40 a.m. WSBC. Welcome back, folks, to another week of the Hooley Radio Hour. This show is presented to you by Fox's Pizza out in Mokina and in Orland Park, Illinois.
Oh, yeah.
The finest thin crust pizza on the south side of Chicago. Go get yourself some today.
Yeah.
And say hello to Ryan Fox.
Please do.
Longtime supporter of the program. Flood Brothers Disposal. Everybody's got garbage. Mm-hmm. You all have dumpsters. Somewhere to put it. Why not call the best guys in the game? Flood
or
Brothers.
If you don't have dumpsters,
even better.
call them.
First name you should remember.
Bring them out.
First name you got to remember. Flood Brothers. Call them, and they'll help you out. Madden Funds. Invest. For all those people going to be betting on the Super Bowl, going big, maybe something crazy happens. You win a lot of money. You call Mike or Dan Madden. They make it grow. They protect it for you. Yep. Madden Funds. Call Mike or Dan today. And Guinness Irish Stout. Guinness is good for you. My name's Patty Houlihan. Mm-hmm. I'll be your host as always. And joining me joining to my left.
Always here.
You are always here. Joining me as always to my left, twin brother Billy.
Good to be here.
Thank you, Bill. And we're missing the greatest person in the world tonight, Clay. He's out. He's actually at the corned beef and cabbage dinner run by the Plumbers Council of Chicagoland.
Yeah, they put on the St. Patrick's Day parade here, the downtown parade.
Correct.
Yeah.
And since this show is about the Irish diaspora in many ways.
Clay's there networking.
He's there networking. He's, I guess he's evangelizing, but probably not.
Hope he's talking about the show.
I would hope so.
Yeah.
And then when people ask him what the show's about, it's about nothing.
Yeah, it's craziness.
Yeah. Went to the daddy-daughter dance last week.
I know.
Turned out to be a really good time.
Yeah.
Enjoyed the hell out of myself.
Cool.
I was strangely nervous about going to the daddy-daughter dance.
I know you talked about it last week on the episode.
Okay. But in any event, it was at the Elmcrest in Elmwood Park. And Mike said, what was the
sneaker
name?
theme.
Yeah, it was the sneaker theme.
But there weren't guys. I saw some pictures. I was expecting, Travis Kelce jerseys and Jordans and stuff like that.
No,
it was suit and ties and then a pair of gym shoes. Yeah. So Patty fit right in.
I did. Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, you thought you were worried that I wasn't going to be cool enough and that the dads were going to be a little bit more hip-hoppy.
Yes, that's exactly what I was thinking. I was thinking more of a hip-hop vibe, yeah.
You don't even know what the hell you're
Dance
talking about.
vibe, too. Maybe someone's got, club gear on, like they were going to a club,
Is that appropriate attire at every father-daughter dance now? Is club attire? Oh, I thought the dads would have more club attire on.
Well, I mean, sneakers is so vague. I mean, guys could be like, oh, cool, I could wear my black sneakers with my club outfit. It is a dance.
Do you have a club outfit?
I don't. It's funny because I have to go do a spend later on.
The fact that you call it an do you have any outfits? Do you go, this is specific outfits? Like, this is my outfit?
I think when I was in...
Are there only pieces of clothing that you wear together? You won't wear anything. You won't wear them separately.
There is some stuff where I'm like, okay.
That's an outfit.
You're like, that's for Friday and Saturday nights. This is for...
That's a Friday...
It's a Friday shirt.
But let me interject. Those are Friday pieces or Saturday night pieces. They're not outfits. Do you own any outfits?
No, I don't own an outfit. I bought it together and a guy put together an outfit for me. You're going to wear the shoes with these and that. No.
I think part of Billy's collection for 2024.
Oh, outfits?
Outfits.
Wow, that's something new, isn't it? No one's ever thought of that before.
Men are going to go back to wearing outfits.
Oh, yeah, we're selling male outfits.
Daddy, what outfit are you wearing to the dance? Daddy, what outfit are you wearing?
Are you wearing the... And it's funny you say that. Because everybody has a certain look or way they sometimes dress. You guys always make fun of me and say that I dress like a coach a lot.
You do.
Okay? So it's...
Because you have athletic attire on all the time.
And it's kind of funny that my counterpart at work...
Yeah.
I call her on the phone tonight, or earlier this afternoon, and we have an account that we need to support a little bit, right? So she's like, hey, can you get in there this week and go in there and support that account a little bit, buy some people some drinks or whatever, promote our brand.
Oh, yeah.
I'm like, sure. She's like, but here's the catch. They're not open till 8 o'clock at night. I don't, well,
put your outfit on, put your outfit on.
I didn't know what kind of joint it was,
Yep.
And
club.
She's on the phone with me and she goes, and by the way, she's like, have you met the owner yet? And I'm like, no. She's like, well, he's kind of a hipster emo type guy. She's like,
he's a kind of a hipster emo.
Yeah.
So he's emotional. He's an emotional hipster.
Exactly. He's an emotional person. So that's
he's going to be like, oh,
no,
dude.
So she was kind of like, don't walk in there with, looking like a.
She
said don't walk in there looking like an athlete or
like Urban
that.
Meyer.
Yeah.
We don't want Urban Meyer showing up to buy drinks for everybody.
He might, you might give off the jock preppy kind of vibe to him, and he's gonna all of a sudden be like, "We're never doing business with them ever again."
So maybe,
but that would make him a racist, I guess, right?
Yeah, he doesn't let. Well, he's a racist against what?
Jocks.
Racist against jocks. Interesting.
Or racist against people that wear coaching gear.
Yeah, you're anti-coaching gear. You're a coaching gear bigot.
You don't like Under Armour. You don't like Nike. You don't like Adidas. You don't like, everything.
Well, okay, fair enough. So getting back to it, no outfits for Bill. No specific outfits. And I think that you could come up with some. Like you just said, maybe you have a special outfit for that night that you're clubbing and you want to be more hipster-like.
Sure.
Like that's one outfit that could be created by Billy's collection. The other outfit that could be created is called, jockey on the weekends, or
and I'm dressing like a horse jockey?
No, you're dressing. Well, you're a jock on the weekend, so you're wearing sweatpants and.
Am I walking around in shoes that go on my knees like I'm Tim Conway, like Dorf on Golf?
You could, sure. Where did Tim Conway come into the conversation?
Because I thought of jockey and short and be like, this is my jockey outfit.
It's amazing where your head goes. I was thinking clothes. You were thinking horse racing.
Well, I was looking over.
All because I said jockey?
I was looking over at Bill Wooten and he kind of gave me the, like short people. I was like, oh, yeah.
For our listeners, he's one of our producers of the show. We got Mike Sarkowski on this side. We got Billy Wooten on that side.
Yeah.
So the daddy-daughter dance was good. No, I fit right in. I was right, though. I was right about the DJ. Mm-hmm. It was definitely a DJ. Clay was like, oh, I wonder if they'll have a band or an 8-piece orchestra of some kind.
Right.
He specifically said 8-piece, which is interesting, I think. But no, when I got there, they had the lights. All the girls had glow sticks.
Oh, yeah.
It was kind of like a daddy-daughter dance where there was like maybe a 1990s ecstasy kind of theme to it. Like, do you ever see the movie Go?
Yeah.
It felt like, it was like everyone's doing glow sticks. Rave-ish, Mike.
Oh,
yes.
rave-ish. Did they play Rhythm as a Dancer?
Rhythm is a dancer. It's a soul companion. Yeah,
I know. Feel it everywhere.
Yeah, who does that? Is that LaBouche?
I believe it is LaBouche.
Yeah, see, I wasn't a dork my whole life. God damn, I know some rave songs. That's not even a rave song, dude.
No.
It's like a B96, Dude and Cicero song from 1996. Just bopping around.
I can't believe that you know that it's LaBouche.
I think there was the infomercial that used to go LaBouche, and then it would play Rhythm as a Dancer.
Yeah.
Remember when they used to have compilation CDs that they sold on TV, totally 90s?
Sure.
They don't even have that stuff anymore, but the dance did have that aesthetic to it.
Okay.
I felt right at home, actually.
Yeah.
Because no one was out. There wasn't anybody there that was cooler than dads are dads. It's not like there's a guy just spinning around doing cartwheels and.
There could have been.
No, but there wasn't.
Apparently not at this demographic of a dance.
I think
there's fathers out there that can do that stuff.
There's fathers out there that can do that stuff. I think it's probably inappropriate to run around like Kevin Bacon from Footloose at the daddy-daughter dance.
Sure.
It seems kind of, your dad's kind of weird, but my God, what a dancer he is.
Were there any?
Why is he trying to show off for all of us?
Were there any teenage boys spying on the dance saying, I could fight her dad? Because didn't we talk about fighting dads previously in other episodes?
We've talked about fighting dads.
There
were no teenage boys scouting out their prey.
Did any dads talk to each other at the dance and go, any teenage boys trying to fight you? Any boyfriends trying to fight you yet? Thinking they can take us?
No.
Oh, okay.
No.
All right.
Not yet. Not yet. But if you're lucky enough and you have a little time this weekend, go over to Fox's Pizza in Orland Park and ask the bartender if there's been any teenage boys scouting out dads they'd like to knock out.
Okay.
And he'll give you an honest answer.
Sure.
But before he does that, he'll provide you with the damnedest, best thin crust pizza on the south side of Chicago. This show's presented by Fox's Pizza. More nothings after this.
Chicago Southsiders have always known where to get the best pizza. For over a half-century, the Fox family has been creating that delicious thin crust za that your mouth will tell you, this can only be Fox's. It's a Chicago Beverly neighborhood institution at 99th and Western, as well as in South Suburban Orland Park. where they combine delicious food with an Irish pub ambiance. Fox's is owned by Tom and Frank Fox, whose parents, Frank and Therese, bought the Western Avenue location from Al Capone's sister back in 1964. The Fox family opened the doors to their Orland Park location in 1973 at 143rd and Ravinia Avenue. Chicagoans will recognize the stone turrets of their Irish castle, where great times have been celebrated for generations. Fox's is perfect for the whole family, pickup or delivery, or you can dine in, relax, and have a cocktail with your dinner. Whether it's steak, ribs, chicken, or especially pizza, it's all good. Having a party? Fox's also does catering. Call Fox's in Chicago's Beverly neighborhood at 773-239-3212 or in South Suburban Orland Park at 708-349-2111. Mention this show for a free toothpick.
Flood Brothers Disposal was started over 90 years ago by their grandfather. With more than 20 family members still involved with the day-to-day operations, the Floods are service-oriented and believe that the right way is the only way to do something. Flood Brothers is price competitive and still offers the personal touch in an industry-trending corporate. For client-centric service without all the corporate garbage, call Flood Brothers today for a quote on your solid waste, recycling, and yard waste collection services. Call Bob Flood today at 630-261-0400 or go online at floodbrothersdisposal.com.
With a history going all the way back to 1896, the International Union of Operating Engineers has continued to protect workers and their families with loyalty and brotherhood. Local 150 has continued to thrive through economic booms and busts with careful training and aggressive organizing. Under the leadership of President and Business Manager Jim Sweeney, Local 150 has implemented programs and action plans to create work, protect benefits, and keep members working. And they've been helping the Irish American community of Chicagoland for just as long. The Hibernian Radio Show is proud to be associated with Jim Sweeney and Local 150, and we salute the continuing efforts of the International Union of Operating Engineers and their support of Irish and Irish American families now and in the future. Thanks to Local 150.
Hey listeners, I know we don't talk about finance much on this show, outside maybe the amazing Bitcoin the Musical, which we currently have in development. But I do want to take a moment and tell you about two brothers who make this show possible and why you should consider having an honest conversation with them about the future of your finances. Mike and Dan Madden are the brains behind Madden Funds. They've been lifelong friends to Bill Clay and me, and we entrust the Maddens with our money and the precious donations of our listeners so we don't let outrageous ideas get the best of us. And you should too. Do yourself a favor and reach out to Dan or Mike Madden today to book a consultation on the future of your finances. If you have questions about your financial future or current situation, give them a call. The number is 708-848-3200. Again, that number is 708-848-3200. Or you can visit their website, Madden Funds, at www.maddenfunds.com. Again, www.maddenfunds.com.
Welcome back, Hooley's Hooley, second quarter of the
Yes.
program. Oh, the commercial at the break mentioned Michael Flatley and Lord of the Dance coming to Chicago.
Mm-hmm.
Are you going to go see it?
I've actually never seen it live.
I want to meet Flatley. I'm going to invite Flatley on the show. He's had an interesting career. He was a plumber from Chicago originally. I don't know if he likes to publicize that anymore. Mm-hmm. Then he became Riverdance. What a big, huge thing that became, right?
Right.
And then he went to Ireland and he lived in like a castle and he was like this movie star. And it's so strange how his fame got so big.
Yeah.
And then remember the whole craze, the whole river, like there was a lot of parodying going on of that. Went on for years.
Yeah.
Maybe we do a little river dance number together at some point. I do remember that when we were younger and that whole craze was going on, you know, our parents grew up in show business. We grew up in show business around showbiz parents. Mm-hmm. And Dad wanted us to start a boy band called the Hoolers.
Oh yeah,
the Hoolers. And then we have the Hooley's Hooley radio show.
Yeah, everything's
got to have Houlihan incorporated into the act.
Yeah, I don't know. Yeah. Mm-hmm.
And then the Hoolers were supposed to be me and Bill, really, and much like the Nelson Twins. Do you remember the Nelson Twins?
Oh yeah.
I can't play any Nelson Twins for licensing issues. YouTube. Hi YouTube. We are employees of YouTube now.
The Nelson Twins' father was an actual big musician.
Ricky Nelson, right?
Yeah.
Yeah, our dad was not Ricky Nelson.
No, he wasn't. No.
Love and Affection was the name of the song by the Nelson twins. And then later on in their career, the last time I saw them was in a hair restoration commercial of some kind.
Yeah, it was. Gunnar Nelson had Bosley done.
Gunnar. Was it Gunnar? It was Matthew and Gunnar were the brothers, right?
Correct. But I think Gunnar had the Dr. Bosley thing.
That's like if we had the Hoolers and you were just Billy and I was Pistol. You know?
Oh, I get it. Gunnar.
Now it's all coming together, isn't it?
Pistol Patty Houlihan?
Well, I think maybe I just call myself Pistol from now on. Pistol Houlihan, how are you? You know, Pistol? That's right.
Okay.
Yeah, you don't get away with saying your name's Pistol unless you're a punk rock singer and an adult film actor. You know?
Right.
And I'm going to change that.
Pistol Patty is actually a good name.
Pistol Patty? The host of the Hooley's Hooley Radio Hour. I'm Pistol Patty with Brother Billy, as always.
Sure.
Yeah, it's not bad, isn't it? It's got a bit of a ring to it.
Yeah.
I'll think about it. Mm-hmm. But the last time I saw the Nelson twins was in a hair restoration. Yeah. So we do have some things in common. We both went bald. Or baldish.
Well, they had beautiful long blonde hair.
That was part of their act, yeah. Well, that was the hairband act. You know, if you had long hair and if the act wasn't real strong, the music video director was like, get that hairspray out in that wind machine right now. You know, get these boys in them jean jackets with that hair blowing, you know.
Sure.
Whistling that beautiful song. What was it called again, Mike? Love and Affection? Love and Affection.
I don't even know how it went.
I don't know.
We can't hum it because they'll bleep it out. Right?
You told me before the break because this is my way of segueing now. You ever hear any Nelson twins while you're shopping for TVs?
No, but before we get onto the TVs, I do want to ask you one question about the dance.
Okay, go ahead.
All right. Was there smoke at the dance? Was there a smoke machine?
Oh, no. I don't think there were not smoke. There was no smoke or bubbles.
Was there a dancing pole anywhere?
No.
All right, so
mirror ball
was
an excellent question.
How about a mirror ball? Were there mirrors? Did they set up mirrors?
There were mirrors in the room.
I went to a party on Friday night while you were.
Were there any mirrors in the room for the dance?
No, Saturday night. So after you had experienced your dance, I was invited to. There was a whole mix-up, but the girl that I've been dating, she's like, "Hey, would you want to go to my friend's party? It's her birthday." And I'm like, "Yeah, okay, I'll go."
Yeah.
And then she was like, "Well, wait, I forgot. I don't think I can take a date." And she's like, "How about I meet you afterwards?" And so she calls me and she's like, "Hey, they're having an after party at her house. Like, come." You know, and I'm like,
This is after they had dinner already.
Right, after they had their dinner thing. And it was like a surprise birthday party at a restaurant, then it was over, and then they're like, now we're coming back to my house to get after it. You know, and I was like, okay, fine.
Okay.
So I got to go for the second half, you know? And I'm like, yeah, all right. I've met this couple before. I know them, you know? So I'm like, yeah, I'll go. All right, fine. So we go over there. This setup is unbelievable. They've got like a tiki bar in their backyard where he's got like refrigerators that are stocked like a bar. Like, I mean, and then they've got fire pits and heating lamps. Like we were outside and it felt like you were indoors, you know?
Right.
And then it started to get like, I think it was past midnight. And he's like, all right, I got to have everybody come inside. We'll go into my basement. His basement is also a full bar, old school jukebox, but he has a mini dance floor with a pole and mirrors around it.
Uh-oh.
And then he had, like where the bar was, he's got holes cut out. Like they're like tubes.
Oh, I thought you were going to say they had glory holes. No, I thought the story was about to get real dark.
No glory holes.
Yes.
But there were holes like at the bottom of the bar, like where the floor hit.
You say what? They had holes in the bar. What?
And I was pretty buzzed up, and I'm like, what the heck's going on here? And this guy's laughing, and he's pressing this button, you know? And it's just shooting out smoke.
Oh.
It was like, it made it like so he turns it like into a club in his basement. It was nuts.
It sounds more like Scores and less like a club and less like an old speakeasy club.
I don't know.
It sounds like he built that and he was like, this is for when me and the wifey like to,
No,
be
I've been
alone.
down there before. He's just like, I think it might have, he may have even said it may have been there when they bought the place. And he just was like,
The
"All right."
pole and like striptease, like Demi Moore, like there's a stripper pole.
Well, the pole dancing is a big thing with a lot of women too that aren't strippers. They like take it on as like a big, like, a hobby or, aerobic workout.
Sure, yeah. Now they have. I don't think 30 years ago women were.
No, they had to see, what was that movie?
Striptease, right? Was that what brought pole dancing back for the ladies that made it okay?
What was the movie with Elizabeth Berkley?
Showgirls.
Showgirls is what did it.
Joe
Gina
Esterhaus
Gershon.
directed Showgirls.
Yeah.
Gina Gershon and
Kyle MacLachlan.
and Jesse Spano. What's her name? Elizabeth Berkley.
Yeah. Can you name any more people in Showgirls?
Robert Davi. I
Who's
think
Robert Davi?
Robert Davi, the actor he's one of the Fratelli brothers in Goonies.
Oh, he's absolutely in Showgirls.
You know the one who sings?
Yeah, he's in it. Good
It's
call.
a chunk. Yeah.
Who plays the African American guy that has dreads? That's like her boyfriend.
That is played by what's that actor's name?
Leon Spinks.
We'll call him Leon Spinks. It was played. Yeah. Glenn Plummer has the. Thank you, Mike. Glenn
who was,
Plummer.
I believe, also in. Was he in Lost? No, he wasn't. I'm getting him mixed up with a different guy.
Yeah, Showgirls.
Anyways, yes.
That's the laugh that has to accompany every Showgirls. Showgirls.
Yeah. So no, it was a fun evening. So that was like my night out compared to that was.
So when like you're the new guy, right?
I guess yeah.
They already met you though. They already knew you.
The couple who had the party, yeah, they already knew me. But they're like some of them were other friends that were there that I hadn't met before.
Oh, okay. But now it was time to show the toys off, and you come down there. How does that? Does he stop everybody and go check this out?
No. He just like started bartending. He's like, what do you want? And you're like, what?
Did you?
He's like, I got Modelo, I got Miller Lite, I got Coors Light, I got White Claw, I got all the High Noons, anything you want. He's got everything.
Yeah, no need to ever go to bars ever again.
I think
Just invite people over to the neighborhood.
That's pretty much like
the
their
house.
house is like there's no need, like you could go have dinner somewhere, go home, we can have the party at our house.
Oh, that's nice.
It is nice.
Did anybody get on the pole and do any swinging on it?
I don't know. I can't remember if I did or
You
not.
didn't?
No, I'm too.
You were too shy?
It's one of those things that like I think that if I got on it, it'd be like Chris Farley. It would just like go down, rip a hole, and they're like, the drywall's coming down. It's like, oh, sorry, bro.
Whoa, Billy. The pole is for decoration only. Come on, guy. These ceilings, you can't take it.
But it's like an old basement, like very old. That they like he was retro, and he kind of kept a lot of it the same way it was, and then did his own twists on it.
Any pictures of Matthew or Gunnar Nelson in the basement?
No pictures of Dr. Bosley either.
Damn.
Yeah.
Well, he's not that cool then. Tell me about this. You were going to complain to me about.
Well, it's Super Bowl, man. We're coming up on Super Bowl next weekend.
I know.
Right?
I'm very, 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 very tired of seeing Taylor Swift everywhere. Swift and Kelsey. Swift. I mean,
did you
it's
see how
insane.
much money that they've like the Chiefs have like received in revenue just on like supposedly what they're saying that like the image of Taylor Swift at their games and like her wearing their merchandise? I think they said over 80, like around 80 million it's generated already for them.
So I mean,
80 million.
Yeah, and
young Swifties are all buying like Chiefs gear. Young girls are all about wearing Travis Kelce jerseys.
Well, how did that whole thing come about? Did Kelsey just invite her to a game or something?
I think he went
because he has a podcast with his brother.
He went to her. He went to I guess her concert, and then somehow from a friend of a friend, he like told them that he was kind of a fan because his nieces are Swifties. Mm-hmm. And he was like, "Oh, I'd like to take her out. That'd be fun." And then it got back to her, and she contacted him.
Oh wow!
And he was like, "Yeah, all right, let's go out."
Mike has the note, the Swift effect. Taylor Swift's staggering boost to Kansas City Chiefs revealed with $150 million made so far and hurling them into, I can't read it that
to
far.
Cowboys level as far as merchandising goes.
Cowboys? Oh, the Cowboys?
The Dallas Cowboys are number one. Come on.
Okay.
America's
come on.
team.
Apparel-wise, the Dallas Cowboys won. America's team. Stars, baby.
Yes.
Mm-hmm. Yeah. All right, fair enough. But yeah, the whole Super Bowl thing, the whole T Swift effect is like there's, I believe, FanDuel. Shout out to FanDuel. The online betting platform.
Right.
Not available here. This bet will not be available in the United States, but overseas on their foreign applications, they have a prop bet.
Yeah.
That Travis Kelce, if they win the Super Bowl, will get engaged to T Swift on the field.
Oh, I don't think that's going to happen. He might French her.
Oh, I don't think there's a prop bet for Frenching. That is an excellent proposition.
Do you think if he Frenched her, that like her branding would get like really hurt? Like, a lot of mothers would be like, "Oh, I can't believe she just did that on
What
TV.
if he went, "Yeah, baby," and like stuck his tongue out and like just Jar Jar binked her face
Like,
or something?
Jar Jar binked her face, then turned to the camera and went, New Heights Bar, Cleveland Heights podcast. You know?
Yeah, right. Like I did it. Chiefs.
Shout out to you, Cleveland. All his buddies are from home.
Yeah, then it's just that's the way that T Swift ruins her reputation by Frenching Kelce after the Super Bowl.
Right.
It's a thought.
I mean, I'm sure he's Frenched her, but like, I mean,
Ooh, that's an interesting interview question. It's like Graham Bessinger. Travis, how many times have you Frenched Taylor? Frenched? What's Frenching? It's where you erotically stick your tongue in the other person's mouth. Oh, every day, dude. Every day.
Who came up with the French kiss? Why did it like?
I don't know. You're obsessed with it, dude. You brought it up.
It's a running joke for me forever. Frenching is funny to me.
On this program, you've brought up Frenching maybe every third or fourth episode. You think he's ever Frenched her? Yeah, probably.
Because it's funny.
Yeah. Well,
I mean, remember the first time you saw one of your friends in 8th grade French a girl? You just lost it laughing. I remember a friend of mine went to French a chick.
I remember you do bring up something interesting because it was a rite of passage.
Yeah, it was like, do it. Like you'd be out in the schoolyard and everyone would be and your buddy would be like, come on, dude, I dare you to French her. And she'd be like, fine, I'll French you.
It was like how society has evolved from like, kissing behind the building used to be like, oh, let's get into first base or second base.
Right.
But as we got older, it was like, prove it, and like,
no one believed anyone.
Yeah, you'd be like, you had to be seen.
But before social media.
Right, pre-social media.
Yeah, pre-social media, it had to be seen to be believed.
Right. So you had to French your girlfriend in front of everybody to prove your manhood in some way.
Right. A buddy of mine, I remember, because, young kids, like, they some people,
But isn't it funny that like young kids thought that Frenching was like that, like heart, like kissing, like who starts out with the French? Like you don't like just pecking. No, right into Frenching. I never did that. I just only Frenched. So when you made out with your girlfriend in high school, it was always Frenching, never pecks on the cheek, nothing like that.
Right. Have you ever been out with a girl and then you're like, hey, all right, good night, and you lean in to give her a kiss and she just goes,
I did.
Then you're like, whoa, this girl's promiscuous, man.
It's funny you say. I had a girlfriend like that in high school. Who have you been
hanging out with?
I had a girlfriend like that in high school. And it was probably because we'd all, drinking was involved,
Yeah.
But she was a Frencher. There was no like, hey, I had a good time. It was like, hey, I had a good time. I'm like, oh, okay to see you,
Oh, yeah.
But, I hope Kelsey does French.
That'd be amazing.
Swift. Oh, man, that went quick. We're already at the point where we have to leave our radio listeners.
Yeah.
And then we go over to podcast
Well,
land.
to make it quick, my friend went in for the French. He missed her and his tongue hit the side of her cheek, and I laughed very, very, very hard. Then he got the French done on the second try.
That's what I hope for the rest of the world.
Get the French in on the second try.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah, that's my wish for everyone.
Well, to the radio listeners, if you've enjoyed the last 30 minutes, you can find the second half if you go to hibernianradio.org or search for us at iTunes at Hooley's Hooley Show. We're also on YouTube now, so find us there as well. We'll be back after this. Welcome back, Hooley's Hooley.
Yes.
Second quarter of the program. Second half of the program.
Podcast land.
Yeah, we're in podcast land
We're
now.
here.
Before the break, we talked a lot about French kissing. And
Not
Mike,
a lot, but, a little bit.
Mike has the reasoning we were curious to know.
Oh, here it is. Let's see if I can. This is Billy Reads from the internet. We haven't done this in a while.
We have not done Billy Reads from the internet in a while. Look at those glasses.
Wow.
Don't you look handsome?
All right.
Mike's going to pull it up here around the corner.
The French kiss is so called because at the beginning of the 20th century in the English-speaking world, the French had acquired a reputation for more adventurous and passionate sex practices. It originated in America and Great Britain. In France, it is referred to as a baiser amoureux or amoureux. This is why Mike set me up for this. A lover's kiss, or un baiser avec la language. I don't know. That's all more French. A kiss with a tongue, and was previously known as un baiser florentine, a Florentine kiss. The Petit Robert 2014 French Dictionary released it in 2013. Add the French verb s'églacher, slang for kissing with tongues. The informal English term Frenching also means French kissing, as does the Quebec French term Frencher.
Very
Okay,
good.
so there you go. I'm sorry.
Boy, that's very educational. Billy Takes French is going to be the next segment on the program.
Yeah, sure, why not?
Why do they call it? Do you think you're going to, if I asked you again, could you just, after you just read that, could you tell me now what Frenchin means and where it came from?
A couple different, things in France.
It just means because the French were more adventurous and a little bit hornier and risque, and they got into the habit of touching tongues in public with people, and we called it Frenchin. So there it is.
Yeah.
And we hope that part of the prop bet is that
But what was the
Kelsey
date?
French's T-Swift.
And you were saying
game.
that there's probably going to be some guy.
At the break?
At the break, you were saying that there's probably going to be some degenerate at the end of the game watching TV.
Oh, he's at the sports book in Vegas, it's the last leg of his parlay. Frencher! Do it! I gotta be, he's got 100 G's on the line. I hope he Frenches her so much, and then, how happy would you be? That's the end of the movie right there. Mike has a note, TV.
All right, so yes, thank you, Mike, to get us back on track.
Yeah.
I'm
You're TV shopping.
I'm TV shopping because it's Super Bowl, and this is when you get all the big discounts.
This is
right?
the TV month. If you want to get a big, giant, huge flat screen TV, they go down in price significantly around the Super Bowl.
Yeah, some of them go down up to $200 or $300 down.
Wow.
All right.
Okay.
There were two that I looked at today that were both price dropped by $200.
Well, how big are you going?
175 and 155 inch. So they're two big ones.
So a redo, complete home redo for the main living TVs.
Correct. That's getting mounted.
Putting a 55 in the bedroom, huh?
55 in the bedroom and a 75 in the.
55's big for the bedroom, I think.
It's fine.
All right.
Okay.
Yeah.
It'll be just fine.
See, but then you won't spend any time in the living room with the big one. That's how I feel about that.
Hey,
it's what's the point?
Well, it's for entertainment purposes. Only I don't have a pole or a smoke machine.
Not yet, you don't. Not yet, you don't. But you're working your way towards it.
I'll get there someday. So I go into, one of these electronics stores to look at the TVs, and I saw some advertising, and I was like, hey, everyone's like, this was. I was surprised that they weren't on me like sharks, because normally they're like, hey, can I help you? There's got to be some sort of a commission thing going on here, but you say they don't get, I don't know. But
I don't know.
Anyways, this guy finally, I'm walking in circles, and I'm like, where are the TVs I'm looking for?
Yeah.
Finally,
they don't have them.
No, they had them. And he's like, just this one on display, but the rest is in back. We got them. And
they don't want you to see the cheap TVs. They only display the ones that are expensive. Cheap ones in back, you got to go online to find the cheap
right,
ones.
I'm looking to get two big boys for under $1,000.
Yeah, you want a big boy. You want a big TV, but you don't want any of the,
I don't care about the pizzazz, the sound bar. That doesn't bother me. I just want a big
the picture
TV.
quality.
I just want a big TV.
Yeah.
That's it. These TVs last for 5 or 6 years, and then you're just like, so why invest, in my opinion, $3 or $4 grand on them? It's just just here.
Okay.
Here's $500. If it craps out, I'll pay for the insurance on it. I get another one. But the guy's like, I'm like, hey, I signed up a long time ago to be a member here, and he's like, yeah, and I'm like, and part of that membership, I believe, was that I would get free installation and free, and he goes, oh, well, we eliminated that. Oh. And I was like, oh, really? He's like, yeah, he's got pamphlets. I sat down at a desk with him, and he's like,
oh, like you were buying a car?
I was
why don't you come over here and sit down for a minute?
I
How's your credit?
No, because I want you to put I want you to put a quote together for me.
Yeah.
Let me see what I'm looking for. Let me see how much it's going to be after taxes. So he puts it together for me, and I'm like, okay.
Billy, hold on. While I'm running your credit, let me ask you something real quick. You think Kelsey's going to T-Swift Frencher at the Super Bowl?
I'd say...
Hold on, hold that thought. Hey, hold on. Yeah. I got a guy who wants two TVs.
Yes, I do.
You do? Good.
Yeah.
Hey, your credit score is here. Looks like, no, it's not as good as we hoped it would be. Nope, the membership doesn't work no more. We don't do that anymore. Sorry to let you know.
Yeah. Yeah. I don't know if they're exactly like used car dealers, but
I'll tell you what. You make that Kelsey French kiss bet. You make that bet. You want to see it crystal clear on this bad boy right here.
Yeah.
So what happened?
So I go, all right, well, I go, are they going to come out and they're going to find the studs and do everything for me? And, you know, I'm like, what about the mounts? And I go, you know what? I don't want any mounts. I'm buying those from Bezos.
Yeah, you're getting them from Bezos?
Yeah, they're a lot cheaper from Bezos than they are at this place.
Yeah.
He agreed with me. He goes, so if I get these from Bezos.
Oh, don't call Bezos. Come on.
I was like, so if I get these from Bezos, will your guys still use the Bezos tools to like put it up? And he's like, yeah, that's fine.
Well,
it's part of the service.
Will he use the Bezos product? You mean?
Yeah.
Will they put up the Bezos product with their tools? Is what
Yeah,
you mean?
exactly. Yeah.
And he said, no
He's
problem.
like, well, yeah, I mean, because it's your TV, we got to do whatever we want. I'm like, okay.
I see. All right.
$250 per TV installation he wanted to mount a TV. $250.
You think
And I was like,
that's a little high?
well, that's where they get you. I was like, so if you took out the 500, I was going to get both these flat screens for like $849 or something like that.
Yeah, that's nothing.
After tax.
Yeah.
And then he's like, well, wait, I got to throw the charge on. And I'm like, well, it used to be free.
Yeah.
I go, so this is where you're getting everybody. This is how you guys are winning on this situation because no one's really buying TVs there right now anymore because no one's just like, I got one already. Why would I invest in another new one? And they're like, well, we'll get them on the delivery charge and we'll get them. This is how
I don't know if they're going, we're going to get them on the delivery charge. We'll get them.
So they said that they had to discontinue this membership thing that people used to have is because people they'd buy it, and then as soon as their membership was about to expire, because it automatically renews on your credit card, they would all cancel their subscriptions. And then they're like, we were hoping that if we signed up enough people that as they renewed it through the year, and it was just like this little fee,
that it would work. They'd make their money back on the
they
subscription
would make
model.
their money on the cost of having to send out the delivery guys as an overall company-wide thing.
Mike has a great note. Would you settle for a stand instead of the mount? No,
I got to get the swivel. I want the whole thing. I want to be able to move it out, rotate it.
You want to dance with it?
I want to dance with it.
I want to dance with that.
I'd
TV.
French it if I could.
I know you could.
I'll take dancing.
Pretty
Just
soon they're
fine.
going to have TVs you can French. You know,
Right.
you just stick your tongue in it and you go MTV. Put on Comedy Central. You know?
Oh, it's like a tongue slot.
Yeah, it's a tongue slot.
You stick it in.
It's got AI in it. You just hum on it and go. And the channel changes.
Yeah, it pulls up like.
It knows what you're thinking.
That's insane. That could be in the future.
Right. That's a weird concept. Everybody
What's
just.
the name of the TV?
The commercial
French
just-
Kiss?
Yes. The all new Samsung French Kiss AI inspired TV. The French.
The Frenchie.
I got a 75-inch French. All you do is lick it and it plays everything you ever want.
Yeah, but you know how bad that TV would smell after a while?
It would get a little bit putrid. On the screen or
on the remote.
On the
like
remote?
can you stick your tongue on the remote? Like the bottom of the remote? Like, yeah, it's like a fleshlight.
What's that? I don't know. I haven't. That's just something for the engineers to think about. And I think we go into the beta test phase where we get a couple hundred Japanese guys to start licking remotes and monitors, and we decide in between the two.
That would work, sure.
That's an interesting thing. Just the CEO standing over the room, and all these guys are going, I like the TV. You think this is going to work? Yes, I do.
Yeah.
Okay, fair enough. It's the most innovative concept in television technology in history.
But
you mean we're just going to have people start licking the TV? Yes.
What if the remote can
They
sense...
can taste the food on the TV if they lick the TV.
What if the remote doesn't like bad breath?
It'll tell you. It'll go, ew.
Your breath stinks.
Right. I won't turn on until you brush your teeth. God damn, I'm out of toothpaste. I can't watch the show.
That
I'm gonna miss it.
That would be a great partnership. We're partnering with the Food and Drug Administration that if the remote smells after your bad breath, it won't turn on. You're forced to brush your teeth.
So the TV is promoting hygiene.
Yeah, it's promoting hygiene, Frenching, health.
Hygiene. Yes. Everything society loves these days. I like it.
Let's do it.
Throw that in the Billy's Idea tank. Ta-ding.
Win.
The Frenchie. The 75-inch Frenchie.
Yeah. So I don't know. Maybe I'll have a Frenchie by this weekend. I will. I'm trying to figure. I need a handyman. I need to find a guy and be like, all right, I got the stuff. You got a stud finder? You got some drills? You got some tools?
We have a handyman.
I'll give you $200.
We know
I'm not
a
going to
guy.
give you a nickel. I'll go pick up to save $300. I'll go pick up the TVs myself.
We do know a guy who's a handyman. Except the problem is that he comes up.
He's drunk all the time.
He's drunk. He's too drunk to do
I
it.
can't have him.
And he wants to hang out. Because
well, I mean, my place has got an arsenal of booze. To him, it's like Vegas when he.
I know he walks in there, his eyes get wide. He's like, "Can I have a snoot?" And you're like, "Yeah, hurry up, put the picture. I thought you were going to get this work done." That's where, like, if you're like, you can't be. I don't know. Like, can you be nice to the guy you've hired, or you like try to make when you're nice to an alky guy like that,
they get lazy on you.
They don't do any work. They just get too comfortable in your house because they're just like, yeah. So anyway, I ever tell you about the time I went down at Daytona? I saw the best race in my life. And you're like, hey, buddy, I thought you were going to here to fix my toilet. You're on your third beer, and you're in the middle of story time. Like, what's going on?
Right.
So yeah, he's out. We can't.
Yeah.
He used to be good, but now it's too much now.
Drinking's taking a turn.
Yeah, it's taking too much of a turn. But you can use Google for that stuff,
I know, yeah.
You just don't you like the idea of, you don't want to hire just like a stranger off Google. You'd rather hire like the guys through the store that you bought the TV.
Yeah, because if they mess it up, then
then you can sue the store or something weird.
No, they can give me a refund. They're like, if they put it up wrong and the TV falls or anything like that, and they do it, like, we're going to give you a new one. They're like, but if you hire your own guy, that happens. Well,
then maybe it's worth the dough to go that route. Maybe that's why they have that markup.
Here's what I could do. I could pay for the protection plan, and then forget even if it falls down, it's covered under the protection plan, and I cut you out.
All right.
And I get my own middleman, and I save instead of saving $300, I save $200.
Well, good.
I don't know. It seems like a lot of effort for $200, though. Like
why?
No, I don't know. Like because I got to coordinate. I got to find out when Bezos is delivering his stuff.
Yes.
And I got to make sure that Bezos' stuff gets there.
Stuff gets to your house in a day. Sometimes. If you're a prime Bezos guy.
Yeah. Well, Well, I hope that maybe I'll have to join Prime to become, get it to make this all work out.
You might. # Prime. Go right there. Ring it up.
Yeah.
Amazon Prime.
So,
we have to take a break.
Oh, okay. That was fast.
More Hooley's Houli after these.
Flood Brothers Disposal was started over 90 years ago by their grandfather. With more than 20 family members still involved with the day-to-day operations, the Floods are service-oriented and believe that the right way is the only way to do something. Flood Brothers is price competitive and still offers the personal touch in an industry-trending corporate. For client-centric service without all the corporate garbage, call Flood Brothers today for a quote on your solid waste, recycling, and yard waste collection services. Call Bob Flood today at 630-261-0400 or go online at floodbrothersdisposal.com.
Chicago Southsiders have always known where to get the best pizza on earth, Fox's Pizza. For over a half-century, the Fox family has been creating that delicious thin crust za that your mouth will tell you, this can only be Fox's. It's a Chicago Beverly neighborhood institution at 99th and Western, as well as in South Suburban Orland Park, where they combine delicious food with an Irish pub ambiance. Fox's is owned by Tom and Frank Fox, whose parents, Frank and Therese, bought the Western Avenue location from Al Capone's sister back in 1964. The Fox family opened the doors to their Orland Park location in 1973 at 143rd and Ravinia Avenue. Chicagoans will recognize the stone turrets of their Irish castle, where great times have been celebrated for generations. Fox's is perfect for the whole family, pickup or delivery, or you can dine in, relax, and have a cocktail with your dinner. Whether it's steak, ribs, chicken, or especially pizza, it's all good. Having a party? Fox's also does catering. Call Fox's in Chicago's Beverly neighborhood at 773-239-3212 or in South Suburban Orland Park at 708-349-2111. Mention this show for a free toothpick.
Celebrating 25 years of standing ovations, Michael Flatley's Lord of the Dance 25th Anniversary Tour, live at the Chicago Theater February 22nd. Witness the groundbreaking show which has dazzled audiences with its unique combination of high-energy Irish dancing, original music, and storytelling. Lord of the Dance fans can expect new staging, costumes, and choreography, plus stunning special effects and lighting. Lord of the Dance, February 22nd at the Chicago Theater. On sale now at Ticketmaster.com.
Hey listeners, I know we don't talk about finance much on this show, outside maybe the amazing Bitcoin the musical, which we currently have in development. But I do want to take a moment and tell you about two brothers who make this show possible and why you should consider having an honest conversation with them about the future of your finances. Mike and Dan Madden are the brains behind Madden Funds. They've been lifelong friends to Bill Clay and me, and we entrust the Maddens with our money and the precious donations of our listeners so we don't let outrageous ideas get the best of us. And you should too. Do yourself a favor and reach out to Dan or Mike Madden today to book a consultation on the future of your finances. If you have questions about your financial future or current situation, give them a call. The number is 708-848-3200. Again, that number is 708-848-3200, or you can visit their website, Madden Funds, at www.maddenfunds.com. Again, www.maddenfunds.com.
Welcome back. Last quarter of the program. Hooley's Hooley. It's been a fun one thus far. We do miss Clay.
Yeah, he'll be back next week.
He'll be back next week, though. We're excited for that. He can report back and tell us about all the amazing Irish Chicago dignitaries that he's been rubbing elbows with.
Cool.
And perhaps some of them would be interested in sponsoring the program. You never know. You never know. Like the wonderful people from Riverdance have for their upcoming show here. So,
well, there's a lot of people that are sponsors that are probably at this dinner tonight as well.
That's true. The Floods would be there for sure.
Yeah.
I'm excited. Are you excited for St. Patrick's Day? You're in the thick of it, especially working for who you work for and in the liquor business.
It's very anxiety driven to think about it right now.
Really?
Yeah, it's a lot. Just because, I mean, I don't know. For us, March has always been insane for us and our family. A lot of it has to do with who our father is and what he would do.
Well, we mentioned at the top of the program, the Hoolers, the Hoolahans, the Hooley's Hooley radio hour, right?
Like, it'd be like March is coming up. We got to think of an idea for a show or something. We got to do something.
We have traditionally, the Houlihan family has traditionally always put on a show of some kind.
Or a book being released. Or anything. There's always something around.
We have our media company, Hibernian Media, is dedicated to the Irish-American diaspora.
So, yes, March is always for me.
A run and gun?
Yeah, like
even more so because we have Hibernian Media that you are on the board of.
One of the most important brands in my portfolio
in the liquor industry.
This is their big time of the year. This is when they flex their muscles. You know?
Yeah.
And
we won't say their name because they're not a sponsor of the program.
No, but
not yet. We won't.
But when it
they're missing out on the French Kiss TV.
They are.
They're missing out. Huge.
But there's a lot of expectations leading up to it, and there's a lot of pressure on from our big brand teams about delivering. Like, we got to hit these numbers, we got to make sure it happens. And it's one of those. It's like we probably do 65% of our business on this brand the next 2 months.
Yeah,
and then the following rest of the year, it's just kind of
right. But it's one of the brands in your portfolio. But it's the big boy brand.
It's it's not the big boy brand of the portfolio, but it's the big boy brand of whiskey.
Okay.
Well, no, it isn't, because we have lots of. It's our. Let's just say it's our. Out of the commercialization of brands, it's probably our third
brand tall.
Yeah, I would think third or fourth.
So you're feeling
it's very important though.
So you're feeling pressure.
There's always pressure. Yeah, and we want to deliver. So I'll breathe easy after March. After this every year is like this though, so I'm getting better at it now, preparing myself for it, being like, just take a deep breath. Just there's not much you can't control things sometimes that are out of your own personal control. The only thing you can do is continue to promote it, do the best you can to sell it, offer people, and then that's it.
Yeah, I mean, I've been self-employed for the last 3 years. I have contract gigs, but and I've worked in the corporate world, and I've tried to weigh the differences between the two, and obviously the anxiety that you're feeling or the pressure you're feeling from corporate America, I opted not to do that any longer. I didn't like that. But then the anxiety and pressure you have for working for yourself, for just having to perform and is having to come up with $1 and figure out a new show or a new thing all the time, which is more anxiety driven, or at least more.
Oh, how do you level them out?
How do you level them out? I say the latter, working for yourself, way harder, right?
But you could be way more lucrative though.
But I don't have the same worries or new pressure that you feel, right? Like it's a different. I can't.
Right, there's not
it.
somebody manning a ship at a restaurant that really doesn't own it, but you're like all of a sudden that person hates your brand, and you're like, why?
No,
what if I talk to the owner, please? You're like, I got to get through so many loopholes to get this done.
No, it's the idea of corporate world's like, what's the team up to? How's the team doing? And I'm not saying I'm not a team player, but like the pressure of having to rely on somebody on your team who like might suck. Right? Like when you work for yourself, you can fire that guy. you are that guy. Like you have that freedom where you don't feel like all of a sudden, oh, I could get fired because the guy next to me sucks.
Yeah.
Okay.
So, I get it. So yeah, but what about Valentine's Day?
What about it?
Oh, it's do you think it's a Hallmark holiday? We've always talked about.
Yeah, it's a Hallmark holiday.
Yeah.
It's the Hallmark holiday as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah.
If you want to call it a brand holiday.
Somebody tried to explain something to me that
actually the French TV for Valentine's Day is
oh yeah.
Baby, is that a good idea?
Somebody tried to explain to me
a heart-shaped TV. How about that?
Okay.
That you turn out with your tongue. Walk up to it and go, Bzzz, and that big
put it on ESPN.
The HBO logo comes. I got to be careful. I don't want to lick this microphone. I could get hepatitis or something.
What do you think it has a self cleaner in there? I mean, what if your friend's over there? Everyone's got to stick their tongue on this thing. Not sanitary.
No, it's like the thumbprint on your phone. Like how it's.
Oh, it memorizes your tongue.
It knows your breath
and your tongue.
Right. You just go. Hi, Billy. You want to watch ESPN? Ispin?
Yeah.
I don't know.
Okay. Well, Valentine's Day, there's no plans.
I'm single, dude.
I know, but I was talking.
You know what? And I'm getting exasperated with Bumble.
You bumbling? Yeah. What's going on? There's probably lots of Valentine's Day plans going on. What's up? What's going on in the dating apps with you?
So I had a match on Bumble recently.
Oh.
All right. I got a match on Bumble. Hashtag Bumble. Ring the bell.
Whoa! Wow! Congratulations.
Yeah. and I'm a paid member.
You pay that?
Yeah, which means that I swiped and someone else swiped and it went ding.
You don't understand the old scheme of this. You
don't understand how to beat the algorithm. I don't pay for Bumble. Whoa.
You used to get on it, and then you'd be like, oh, I'm not getting. No one likes me, or I'm not matching with anyone, and then you get off of it.
Yeah.
And you delete it, and then you can give it a couple weeks, a few weeks, turn it back on. You'll have 30 new likes.
Oh man, I would kill for 30 new likes.
Because I think it throws the people that are not on it enough. They throw them as soon as you jump back on, they're like, he's going in front of the list.
It's not an issue of where I don't get likes.
I don't know.
It's
a
matches.
Hypothetical thing. It's not about likes?
I get likes, but it's all
you're ugh.
It's like women in their 50s and 60s, older women than me.
You're not that young, dude. We're turning 44 in March.
I know I'm young at heart and I can't handle it. I'm like, that's what I'm getting? That's who's interested in me? I better French her on the first date. I better.
Yeah.
No, I got a match, And she was nice. And
you were attracted to her by her pictures.
Yeah.
Make sure she's not a catfish, though.
I know. You worry about that, right?
Oh, they're out there.
Is that a dude?
Yeah.
Look harder. But we had a nice little banter going,
And then the jokes got old, and she was like, "See ya."
And then all of a sudden, after the banter was going back and forth, and we're getting towards the end when I'll wrap the story up, but. I think things are going well, and it's weird. It's text flirting with a random woman I've never met before.
It's too hard.
It's odd, but I try to make funny jokes, and I made a joke about Bumble, right?
She didn't think it was funny.
No.
Oh, really?
I made a joke about how weird Bumble is, or I said, I seen some of the funniest things you've ever seen in your life on this thing, you know, and then all of a sudden I got a response, and it's a voice message. All right.
Wow.
Yeah. And and I'm like, what's this? You know?
Yeah.
Play. You know? And she has a very sultry voice.
Oh.
She sounded maybe Hispanic a little bit, right?
Okay.
She's like, I was really enjoying what we were talking about. You know, kind of like Sofia Vergara.
Oh, yeah, nice. Oh.
Did I say that right? Vergara?
Sophia Viagra?
Sofia Viagra, that's it, yeah.
Vergara, I think it is.
Sure.
Vergara, yeah.
And she sounded like that a bit. And she was like, but I was really kind of turned off when you started being all negative about dating apps and the people that are on them. We were having so much fun talking about old TV shows like Columbo and Matlock and things, right? Like I made a joke about old TV shows.
You were talking about Columbo and Matlock? How old was this woman?
It's one of my go-tos. Well, she was of age. Let's say that much. But I like to talk. I like to flirt over, you know.
So 40-year-old Latina women are into Columbo and Matlock? They would get that joke?
She knew it right away. She loved it. She loved it.
Wow.
Until I
Is
made
that
fun
Andy
of
Griffith on Matlock? I'm like,
yes, he was.
And Peter Falk. Wow.
Columbo, yeah.
Okay.
We're at the end.
Anyways,
we're at the end.
I know, but
That's
you
the end of the
got to. You
story.
can't. Oh, that's it. She just like I was having really good fun.
I got dumped. She dumped me over a voice message after our 5th text.
And she mentioned Columbo and Matlock when she dumped you.
You want me to pull it up with the text? What I said to her about Matlock? Or
No,
Columbo?
forget it. I believe you.
Well, I'll save it for the next episode.
Sure.
We'll have to do it next week.
Yeah.
It has been a fun hour. We did miss Clay.
Yeah.
If you've enjoyed the last hour, you can find us on iTunes if you go to Hooley's Hooley Radio, or you go to YouTube and find us at Hooley's Hooley Show.
Yes.
Or you can go to hibernianradio.org and find us there. Do want to thank the sponsors again. That's Flood Brothers Disposal, Madden Funds, Fox's Pizza out in Mokina
And Orland
Park, and Guinness Irish Stout. Guinness is good for you. Until next week.
Bye.